Hey there. This is how to deal with AI for writers in 5 minutes or less. So, this is for you if you have raw creative talent and you want to be a pro screenwriter as quickly as possible. I am a Hollywood screenwriter of 40 screenplays, and I also love coaching raw talent to become professional screenwriters. So let's talk about AI. I'm going to make this in 3 points. Uh, for wider context, we're living in a very significant time in human history. Number one, we're still getting over in a state of, I think, whiplash over the internet. Because it is way the F more powerful than we realize. Like way more powerful. So right now I'm talking to you and you're probably a stranger to me, or maybe you know me a little bit from my stuff, or maybe you're a friend, or who knows. But the truth is, I, for basically free, am communicating with strangers and potentially an enormous audience of strangers. That's amazing. How do you deal with that? What do I communicate to you? What do I learn from you? How does that one-to-many experience go? Like, we are infant stages of that. And when you start talking about the billions of people on the planet, each of us have access to, and how we can serve those different groups of people, it's mind-blowing. And yeah, so we're in this state of whiplash, dealing with all that power. AI is coming, and everything we're already experienced with the internet is going to be potentially even more crazy. So that's where the fear comes from. It's just enormous change really quickly, and we're all trying to make sense of it. It's number one. Number two, so how do you deal with it? For context, slow down and make friends with it. So notice your thoughts that are probably freaking the F out, and just slow down, know that they're thoughts, and know that if you slow down and start experimenting, you can make a difference. I'll tell you a story about this. So I want you to think about that stop motion animation Christmas special, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And there was a character in the end, the abominable snowman, and he was terrifying. That's kind of like AI. And so what happened was he was terrorizing the main characters, and then Yukon Cornelius came over as like the salty mentor figure. That's kind of like me in this situation, and I'm going, oh, I'll handle it. Anyway, Yukon Cornelius sits at some sort of trap for them, and I think pulled out its teeth, and then they went toppling over a cliff. And but basically, the force of antagonism, the source of antagonism, was tamed. And then it turns out, in the end, the Yukon Cornelius and the Abominable Snowman survived, and they come back. And not only that, he's got this really beautiful roll of honor because he's the tallest one and can put the star in the Christmas tree. Dink, right? So that pattern, I promise you, is how you can learn to experience AI in your own way. You just have to get in there and deal with whatever the perceived threats are, and look at, and there are some real threats, right? Jobs are going to change. Maybe your job, maybe aspects of your job. With writers, it's actually a wonderful writing assistant. It can help you outline. It can help you brainstorm. It can help you research. It's pretty amazing to me. So those are my 3 tips. We'll go even less than 5 minutes. Number one, we're living in a time of unprecedented change, still making sense of the internet. And now AI is coming. It's going to be another really tsunami of change. So totally reasonable that you're feeling overwhelmed if you are. Number two, deal with it by slowing down, making friends with the tools one at a time. The ones that seem to be most helpful because they're really amazing. And number three, know that it's just this pattern. We get intimidated by things, and then we make friends with it in some way, and we go, oh, actually, what was once the enemy becomes the ally. And that's really the best way forward. Either that or just run around terrified, like the sky's falling. So those are the 2 options. Hopefully this is helpful. Leave a comment about your one favorite AI tool, and maybe somebody will learn from a tool that you've been using that's been helpful. All right, that's what I got. That's 5 minutes. Lots of love. Bye.